Welcome to the NBA's greatest games. Today, we'll take you back into NBA history and relive one of the great matchups as it happened. This is the NBA on NBC. The 1991 NBA Finals. Tonight, Game 5 between the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers.
The Great Western Forum in Inglewood, California, where the Bulls hope to wrap up their first ever NBA title tonight. The Lakers are hoping that at least once more they can shoot down Air Jordan and send the series back to Chicago. Unfortunately for Magic and the rest, they will play shorthanded. Two starters, James Worthy and Byron Scott, left Game 4 with injuries, were unable to practice the last 2 days. The way you've just seen them is the way you'll see them on the bench tonight. They will not suit up. They will be in street clothes. As for Chicago, after 25 seasons, the second city is finally focused on finishing first.
All right, Bob, and among the many reasons that the Bulls have had their way against the Lakers, and we have frequently talked about the Bulls' superb defensive play throughout the series, but what stands out is the manner in which they have completely bottled up the Magic Man, Magic Johnson.
Bob, not to take anything away from Magic's performance, where he's averaged 19 points per game, 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and shooting 94% from the free throw line, but the Bulls' decision on how to defend him has taken its toll. The Bulls decided to harass Magic at all times. Alternate playing him with Jordan and Pippen, a bigger defender. Don't let him stand in direct traffic. Take away his vision and run the next defender at him at selective times to distort his shots. Now, the answer to the problem is a healthy James Worthy. Unfortunately, he's not going to play this evening.
Right, as Bob mentioned moments ago, both James Worthy and Byron Scott are sidelined by injury, so Terry Teagle and A.C. Green will be in the starting lineup.
Well, Teagle and Green may be getting their opportunity, but both will have to do better than 4 points per game and shoot much better than 20% if the Lakers are to have a chance.
And Mike Dunleavy was telling us that he will use both rookies, Tony Smith and Eldon Campbell, off the bench. They have seen very little time thus far in this final series. And from Chicago's point of view, you have to wonder, are there any adjustments for Phil Jackson to make?
The Bulls made their big adjustment. That was after Game 1 when they decided to get more people involved offensively. At the end of Game 1, Grant, Paxson, Cartwright, 6 points apiece, total of 18. But in the next 3 games, they combined to average over 42 points per game. All Chicago wins. The Bulls' defense has been outstanding, holding the Lakers to 89 points per game. Their bench has been very productive. So I guess we could say, if it's working well, don't mess with it.
And in Game 4 here on Sunday night, Michael Jordan played very well despite the jammed toe. For more on Jordan's condition, here's Ahmad Rashad.
All right, thanks, Marv. That toe is still the same as it was on Sunday. It's still badly bruised and extremely painful. It didn't bother him then. He says it will not bother him tonight. Now, the atmosphere around the Bulls, everybody's very serious, very focused on the bus ride from the hotel over to the Forum. Everybody was quiet. They were all thinking about that championship that's oh so close at hand. I asked Jordan about winning it at home. He said, you know what, we want to win it whenever and wherever we can. We feel like we can win it tonight. Marv?
All right, Ahmad, for the Lakers, the season is on the line. The Bulls are hoping that this is their final game of 1990-91. To it here at the start. They have had their ups and downs in the cheering department during the final. Lakers control the tip. Magic played by Jordan. Teagle beating Paxson. Yes.
Oh, do you think that's a good sign for the Lakers to get a 2-guard off on the first shot of the game? Something they've missed sorely.
Pippen is being guarded by Green. Paxson played by Johnson. Cartwright. Interior pass to Grant, who popped it out. Jordan. The rebound mistimed. And A.C. Green able to come away with it.
That last time down the floor for Chicago, the flashing bull in the middle of the lane is one of the problems that Mike Dunleavy mentioned yesterday. I just can't find the reason for it. They beat us to the spot. It's called speed and quickness.
And the flashing bull has usually been Horace Grant. Here's Green. And a blocking foul called on the Lakers. A.C. Green, a very active player. He was a spark during the course of the series against the Portland Trail Blazers. The foul called on Horace Grant. A.C. Green, who began the season in the starting lineup with Sam Perkins coming off the bench. His game is running, plays a high-energy style. He is non-stop motion. A look at AC in this series. He has not received the playing time. He had that 2 for 11 back in game number 2. One of the game's most effective offensive rebounders in his 6th year out of Oregon State. So the Lakers with a 3-0 lead. The Chicago Bulls have roared through the playoffs following the 61-21 regular season. Divac played by Pippen. Cartwright over to help out. Illegal defense called by Jake O'Donnell.
Again, at the Bulls' offensive end, Bill Cartwright that time flashing in front of Divac 2 times. The Bulls have flashed in there and have beaten the Laker defenders to the spot. Granted, they haven't scored yet, but it's a long night.
Lakers get the new 24. Teagle forced it. Although when you talk of Terry Teagle, I don't know if there is such a thing as a forced shot. Here's Paxson. Yes. And the Lakers lead by the score of 3-2. John Paxson, a major factor in the success of the Chicago Bulls in this final series. He has shot 62% for the series. 7 for 11, 15 points on Sunday. Perkins, he was hit. Sam Perkins hoping to turn it from the 1 for 15 the other night.
And that time they actually came at Perkins from 2 different directions. One defender came from the baseline side, anticipating they may force him back. You see Pippen there, and then Jordan at the last minute comes from the top. Actually drew a triple team that time. They do not want Perkins to get off early this evening.
Cartwright called for the foul. I mentioned at the start of the season, A.C. Green was in the Laker starting lineup. Sam Perkins telling us he was not comfortable with the Lakers and coming over from Dallas. Did not know the plays, took a while. Now he is comfortable, and he has come up strong during the course of the playoffs prior to what took place on Sunday, when we could not buy one. But Perkins has extended to a 5-2 Laker lead. 2 minutes have gone by. Cartwright establishing possession. Divac trying to draw the foul. And the rebound handled by Perkins.
I'd say this officiating crew right now has said, we're going to let you play a little bit tonight. You can go at each other.
Last touch by the Bulls. Lakers with 15 on the shot clock. Now Cartwright matched with Perkins. And Magic backing Jordan. Divac on the follow.
Actually, Magic was trying to throw a skip pass across to A.C. Green. He intercepted it.
John Paxson drilling home his 2nd from the corner. This time the other side, and the Lakers lead it 7-4. Magic from downtown. Grant posting. And the Bulls reset. Tripping foul, sending Jordan sprawling. Nice return from Cartwright.
And in the first 3.5 minutes, Michael Jordan just kind of going through the motions out here, spreading the ball around, getting everybody involved. But he sees he has a give and go, gives the pass up, cuts to the basket. The trip right there saves a layup.
AC Green called for the foul, not shooting affair. Jordan looking for Cartwright. Here's Pippen. And Divac taking it on the hop. Terry Teagle in his brief stints has played Michael Jordan very tough, and that time he prevented the shot. Perkins firing it high and wide. Here comes Paxson off the dribble, and he is fouled. A rare opportunity to see John Paxson putting the move on the drive. Here is the rookie from Clemson, Eldon Campbell, making an early entrance. And Sam Perkins will sit down. Cliff Levingston, who has been a spark off the bench, replacing Horace Grant. Cliff Levingston had an interesting theory. Did not get much playing time during the regular season. He's really come on in the playoffs, but he said should make him stronger for the years to come. Magic fouled on the play. Feels his legs are well rested. He'll put a couple of extra years on his career.
That's why they call him good news. He's going to find something positive in every situation.
And Livingston called for the foul. It put Chicago over the limit. Magic Johnson to the line. We're just under 3 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Lakers with a 19-17 lead. Well, the Magic Michael matchup, both logging the minutes. And Michael Jordan has actually taken the lead in the assist department over Magic Johnson. Bulls with the ball trailing by 3. Pass intended for Jordan. Able to recover. Here's Pippen. And last touch by Pippen.
That may be the first loose ball that I can remember the Lakers coming up with.
Vlade Divac and John Paxson in a heated discussion away from the ball.
The last thing the Lakers need right now is for a player to be ejected from the game.
The crowd cheering the aggressiveness of the Los Angeles Lakers, a quality we have rarely seen during this final series. Teagle drawing the double team. And Jake O'Donnell with the call against the Lakers. And here's another look as Divac was called for the foul. Vlade Divac in the face of John Paxson, then Cliff Levingston coming over.
Vlade says no problem. Everything's okay.
Levingston, yes, backcourt violation. Levingston went from front court to back. Why, Jack Nicholson made the call right behind him.
There were a lot of people making that call. Livingston had taken off in the front court. That's where his position was still established, touched the ball, and then came down in the backcourt.
Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Jordan off the steal. Michael Jordan with his second field goal. An emphatic stuff by Jordan. Here's Campbell. Yes, and it counts.
The Bulls defense finds a way to get easy scores. 4th in the league this year in steals. Jordan, one of the best pickpockets you're going to find, and then one of the best finishers at that end. Pre-designed spots on offense for the Lakers. All you got to do is get there. When they double Magic, he'll find you.
Livingston called for the foul. Eldon Campbell played briefly in the overtime game here in Los Angeles Friday night. You may recall he came on for the opening tip of overtime with Vlade Divac in foul trouble. Won the tip, then hit a short jump shot. But that's been it in this series for Campbell. Cartwright making contact with Divac. Oh, what a shot. by Bill Cartwright.
And Divac was right there with the extended hand challenging the shot.
And back come the Bulls. Lakers lead it 23-21. Here's Jordan. A gorgeous move again by Michael Jordan, going at Vlade Divac strong and then able to lay it home softly. Magic thought he was fouled. No call. And here's Pippen. The Bulls take a 25-23 lead. First time they have led.
Well, with the entire rest of the Laker team down on the baseline, if the turnover comes out top, there's no one to cover the backcourt.
Not a good play a moment ago by the Lakers. Campbell lost the grip. Magic waiting for a foul call. As a result, he just stayed in front court, did not make the play. You can't do that. And as a result, the Bulls were able to fast break. Teagle called for his second. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Well, tonight's Celebrity Watch, including you saw Jesse Jackson, Dustin Hoffman, Spike Lee, and there's Jack, who we're told is negotiating to play Jimmy Hoffa in an upcoming motion picture, and reportedly he has requested that a role be written in for this man, Michael Jordan. Some people will go to great lengths to hang around with certain people.
A little one-on-one, though, on the set.
Second quarter underway, and the Bulls with a 27-25 lead. That a three-pointer for Craig Hodges. So Craig Hodges continues to drill from outside and hit. He has had an excellent series against the Lakers. Perkins on the recovery. So Sam Perkins 0 for 2 thus far tonight, following the 1 for 15 in Game 4. Perkins posting, and he took a hit from behind. Cliff Levingston picks up his third.
You know, to go back a moment ago, when the Bulls knocked out the three-pointer, it's the first time the Lakers have gone to the 1-3-1 half-court trap this early in a basketball game. Mike Dunleavy trying to shake things up. The problem is they went into it when Hodges was on the floor. His assignment, go right to the corner anytime you see a trap and knock down the three. He certainly answered.
Horace Grant back. Cliff Levingston departs. Green lost it, and it will be Chicago ball. Michael Jordan, Craig Hodges in the backcourt. Scottie Pippen up front with Scott Williams and Horace Grant. Jordan trying to get it out. Rare turnover committed by the Bulls. They coughed it up only 5 times on Sunday night. That was a record low for an NBA Final Series. With the good pass from Perkins.
I think you can see, as soon as they came up with the steal, AC Green just kind of dribbled off to the side rather than try to attack at the other end. 10 points for turnovers for the Bulls, none for the Lakers.
Tony Smith called for that foul.
After the double team, the Lakers go to their designed areas on the floor. It's a matter of passing and catching to convert.
Now it's Tony Smith, the rookie from Marquette, a second-round draft pick, guarding Michael Jordan. And the officials say last touch by the Bulls. Tony Smith had an excellent game against the Chicago Bulls here at the Forum during the regular season. In fact, he was player of the game. At the game that saw Magic Johnson go down with an injury. And there is Smith, bringing the Lakers within 1.
Yeah, and that was a 2-point game at the time when Magic went down with the injury. He played the entire fourth quarter, Smith. They wound up winning by 13.
For a while during the season, Pippen drew the foul. Pippen is now 4 for 5 from the line. As a senior at Marquette, Tony Smith averaged 24 a game, although he shot only 41%. He was noted for his defensive play. Pressure by the Bulls. Green going all the way. Able to Shea Grant, who did not want to pick up number 3.
See, that's normally where Worthy is, who has the ability to put it on the floor and take it to the basket. They've been missing that since James has had the injury. AC Green, 2 times now we've seen him do it this game. One, he missed a shot. That time he converted.
Scott Williams called for the travel. Phil Jackson is upset. Phil Jackson taking a long walk as a timeout is called. The Bulls lead it 32-31 with 9:35 to go. First half. And the form is jumping. The crowd trying to get the home club going. Looking to extend to a Game 6 in Chicago on Friday night. Tony Smith handling against Craig Hodges. So Smith and Johnson in the backcourt. Campbell up front along with Perkins and Green. Shot clock is down to 8. Smith had a notion. Smith with the drive. So Tony Smith off the bench to hit his first 2, and the Lakers lead it 33-32.
And that's one of the reasons why Smith was a low percentage shooter in college, because he was so good at putting it on the floor and so strong going to the basket. His perimeter game was not worked on.
Hodges, yes. Craig Hodges hitting 2 of 2. The Bulls lead by 1.
Keep in mind, the entire series, the Bulls have had an incredible ability to answer the challenge each time the Lakers try to make a run.
Perkins, well, someone lost an assignment. And Perkins with his first field goal. Lakers with a 1-point lead.
And the Lakers actually extending their man-to-man defense. AC Green, Tony Smith starting to move up and guard their people.
Of defense from this crowd of better than 17,000. Pippen with the move around Green and the foul call. A strong move to the right by Scottie Pippen. He was met by Eldon Campbell, who was called for the foul.
And Smith, big, strong, and the ability to put it on the floor, can get inside the lane and help break down the Bulls' defense.
B.J. Armstrong has come on for the first time. There's B.J. in his second year out of Iowa. Scottie Pippen to the free throw line. And here's Vlade Divac back for Eldon Campbell. AC Green also departing. So there's Divac up front with Perkins, and now a change. Campbell remains, and Green will sit down. Campbell, Divac, Perkins on the front line. Bulls lead by 1. Pressure by Chicago. And the Lakers back to Divac, bringing it up, and he lost it. Jordan off the steal.
Again, we hate to keep saying it, but that's part of the problem when you have a 7-footer, 6'11" guy trying to bring it up the floor.
Wild gamble pass, and Pippen able to come away with it.
Tremendous recovery defensively by the Bulls.
Here's Jordan for Grant. Ball knocked away. Bulls wanted a foul. Instead, the Lakers on the run. Campbell. Yes. Oh, what a move by Eldon Campbell. The Bulls lead at 38-37. Open court game developing here now. Lakers able to get back on the transition. Pippen putting the move on Campbell. Last touch by Magic. Scottie Pippen is only 1 for 6. This the first ever trip to the finals for the Chicago Bulls in their 25th NBA season. Although back in 1946, the Chicago Stags of the old Basketball Association of America lost to the Philadelphia Warriors 4 games to 1 in the BAA's championship series. Grant, and it's an offensive foul. Or did he step out? Oh, apparently stepped out. Magic with a risky pass intended for Campbell. Scottie Pippen to the open B.J. Armstrong. And And the Bulls backcourt continues to hammer away. Almost every open shot has been drilled through. Timeout taken by Mike Dunleavy. 6:44 remaining in the first half. The Bulls lead it by 3. Welcome back to the Forum in Inglewood with the Chicago Bulls in front of the Los Angeles Lakers by the score of 40-37, 6:44 remaining in this first half. Lakers have hit their last 6 from the field. They are 6 for 7 from the floor in the second quarter, while the Bulls have hit 4 out of 5. Recapping what has taken place in this series, Game 1, Sam Perkins with the clutch shot from downtown. Lakers winning in Chicago 93-91. Game 2, the Bulls with a record 61.7 shooting from the floor, and the Bulls won it. Overtime session in Game 3. Bulls led by Jordan took over. They win 104-96 in OT, and then Game 4, the one wipeout. The Bulls with a 97-82 win over the Lakers, who shot only 37% from the field. Another terrific performance from Michael Jordan. Magic for 3. And Grant able to counter the rebound. Armstrong and Jordan in the backcourt. Caught right. Grant, Pippen up front. Here's Jordan. Michael is now 5 for 8. He has 10. And the Bulls lead it 42-37. It matches their biggest lead of the night. Divac, what he had in mind, nearly dropped. Here's Campbell. Elvin Campbell off the bench to hit 4 of 5 for 9 points. Bulls by 3. Jordan was fouled. Perkins over to help out. And Michael Jordan will go to the line for Perkins, his second personal. Eldon Campbell, the rookie from Clemson, a first-round draft pick of the Lakers, getting the playing time in the absence of the injured James Worthy. Here is Teagle. Yes. Terry Teagle has hit 4 of 5. And the Lakers are down by 1. Jordan backing Teagle. And Divac off the rebound. Bulls continue to bottle up Magic Johnson.
Everywhere he goes, someone's jumping out at him all the time.
And the foul on Teagle. It is a charge drawn beautifully by Pippen. Scottie Pippen stepping in the path of Terry Teagle to draw the foul.
Mike Dunleavy not real happy with that basketball call. He felt it definitely was a late step in, that the block should have been called.
That's 3 on Teagle. And the Lakers with their 11th turnover. And Madden with the call on the Bulls. It's a traveling violation. Teagle sits down. Smith returns. AC Green attempting to check in. Mike Mathis says no, too late, and he is sending him back to the scorer's table.
The officials trying to straighten out now whether or not he was at the table in time to allow the substitution to take place.
The one substitution was permitted, Tony Smith for Terry Teagle. But Mathis pointing out that AC Green did not check in at the table in time.
Well, that's the guy that Mike Dunleavy has to get off the floor. He's the one with 3 personal fouls.
Elvin Campbell getting the position again. The Lakers recapture the lead. Campbell has 11, and the foul call.
A little breakdown in communication. The Lakers not talking who was going to play who at the defensive end. As a result, a wide open man underneath. Michael finds him, and now in trying to recover, the foul takes place, stopping the easy score.
That's 3 on Perkins. And now A.C. Green allowed to check in, replacing Elvin Campbell, who hears it from the crowd. Mike Dunleavy changing his mind. Perkins will depart. Campbell will remain on the floor. Perkins sitting down after collecting his third. Grant to the line for the first time. Harris, a 71% free throw shooter. Grant admitting he was very nervous for game number 1 when the Bulls felt they did not play well. They felt they were tentative. They lost only by 2 points off the three-point shot by Sam Perkins. But since then, Grant has come up solid. Pippen trying to draw the foul. What a job by Scottie Pippen. A.C. Green very fortunate to hold on, although the Lakers felt that there should have been a foul called on Pippen. Here's Green, rejected by Grant. Shot clock down to 3. And a loose ball foul has been called as the 24-second buzzer went off. It's on Green.
The quickness of the Chicago Bulls at the defensive end. A.C. Green got up to the top, thought about dunking the thing, instead just shot the little jump hook. It left just enough room for Grant to get the block.
With the Lakers over the foul limit, Grant will go to the line. We have seen bursts by the Chicago Bulls. They have come through with some sensational shooting, and they've had a good shooting second quarter. Bulls now lead it 46-45.
You can see the tremendous flexibility in the Chicago team. If Scottie Pippen can guard Magic Johnson bringing it up, then you know when he goes back and guards A.C. Green, and A.C.'s the guy bringing it up, he's going to cause problems for A.C. trying to dribble the ball up the floor.
Mike Mathis not satisfied with Green and Pippen lined up so close to the shooter, Horace Grant.
You are supposed to be 6 feet away from the top of the circle, but the defensive player is always allowed on the inside. The Bulls run a little free throw play where they send guys from behind the top of the circle to try and pick up missed free throws.
The Bulls by 1 with just under 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Last touch by Jordan. And a timeout being taken by Chicago. 46-45, Chicago leading LA. We'll be right back.
Everybody here at the Forum collectively held their breath as Vlade Divac and Michael Jordan collided and bumped knees, and Divac came out hobbling. They thought, oh no, but it was just that. Bumped knees, Divac is fine. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Steve, 2 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in this first half, and the Laker bench for the first time this series has contributed solid numbers. Elvin Campbell and Terry Teagle, who have not done it prior to tonight, not getting the playing time. Teagle in the starting lineup for the injured Byron Scott. Elvin Campbell has come on along with Tony Smith. For those who may have just tuned in, both James Worthy and Byron Scott sidelined by injury. Here's Campbell. Bulls lead 46-45. And Jordan called for a travel.
Jordan saw the quick opening to his right. He didn't want to give Smith a chance to dig in. As soon as he caught, he started to go right away, shifted his feet. Excellent call.
Chicago with 10 turnovers. They committed only 5 on Sunday night. Here's Magic. He's been off. Pippen on the rebound. The steal by Campbell. Divac kicked out by Paxson.
They're so good defensively, Chicago, and so quick recovering that when you take one from it, it's likely they're going to take it right back from you.
Coming up at halftime, Bob Costas, Pat Riley, and they will be chatting with one-time Chicago Bulls standout Norm Van Leer. Nice play. Elvin Campbell from Vlade Divac, and the Lakers lead by one. Norm Van Leer, member of the Bulls for 7 seasons. He is their all-time assist leader, one of the tougher defensive players in Chicago Bull history. What a backcourt. Norm Van Leer, Jerry Sloan. Here's Jordan. Pippen getting to it. And a traveling violation call. Most unusual to see the Chicago Bulls make that many mistakes. Here's Divac. Threw up a prayer, thought he'd draw the foul. And here come the Bulls on a 3-on-2. Pippen off the hesitation dribble. A spectacular end-to-end move by Scottie Pippen. The Bulls 48 and the Lakers 47. Minute and a half to go. First half. Divac called for steps.
When you have a Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, where either one has the ability to lead it, take it down the floor, and then make a decision, and probably a good one, or finish, what an extra thing to have on your team.
Divac jumping out, but he stepped out of bounds. Mike Mathis explaining the call to not only the Chicago and LA players, but right in the face of Jack Nicholson.
And Divac guesses that time, anticipates the baseline pass, and then goes to that side to come up with the steal or deflection.
A conversation at the scorer's table, and they are chatting about the time remaining on the shot clock, and they're running it down.
Saying that Vlade never had possession of the ball after he knocked it away from the postman as he tried to save it. There never really was possession, so they should not reset the clock.
Shot clock at 8. Bulls whip the ball and a 1-point lead. Now Jordan posting up. Campbell over to help. Here's Pippen for 3. Magic fires down to Green. Good recovery by the Bulls.
Well, they had a fast break that time, and they're just getting into the offense with 13 seconds left.
Oh, nice move by Tony Smith. He had Paxson committed on the fake. Lakers 49, Bulls 48. Smith has hit 3 of 3. Shot clock at 7. Pippen. Rebounded by Pippen. And now they'll hold for a final shot.
And remember, if Jordan goes right, you've got Paxson, the three-point shooter, spotting up.
Here's Jordan off the fake. Divac. Will it count? No. Vlade Divac racing the clock, and it will not count.
What sensational skills for a center to have. Rebound the basketball and then go one-on-one against the Bulls defense trying to beat the clock, and he's just a youngster in the NBA.
At halftime at the Forum in Inglewood, it's the Lakers 49 and the Bulls 48.